Chapter 3: Classification of Web Platform Services. Introduction. Web platforms offers various services structured around data exchange and user interaction. The main idea of this chapter is to explain the different types of web that include transactional services. We have e-commerce, content services, media, social network, collaboration services. We have shared tools, and cloud services. Under it, we have cloud and SaaS, that is software as a services. These types often relies on technologies such as representational state of resource or simple object access protocol. The first type, e-commerce and transaction services. The file of e-commerce and transaction services is at the heart of today's digital economy. It includes not only online sales, but also the entire technological infrastructure that ensures the security, speed, and reliability of exchange. Under e-commerce, we have architecture and services model. That is, e-commerce is not limited to the traditional business-to-consumer model, but it relies on several models. We have business-to-business, where the wholesaler platforms and industrial supplies. We also have consumer-to-consumer, e-commerce, and many others. Under e-commerce, you have the next point, the electronic transaction chain. The important point there is payment gateway, which is a system that connect the website to your bank. We also have others like security protocols and others. To support technologies and data, we optimize services platforms, and they relies on recommendation system, inventory and logistic management analysis, that is big data. Now we talk of the critical challenges. The success of a transaction services depends on three major factors. Availability, that is high availability. The system's ability to handle peak load. Example, we have sales period, Black Friday. Also, we have user experience, smooth checkout process to reduce cart abandonment. We also have trust and fraud, implementation of AI based on anomaly detection system to prevent transaction. As you can see, a well-presented example of a standard transaction flow below. We move to the second type, content and media services. The file of content and media services include all technologies and processes used for creating, managing, distributing, monetizing digital content. Now we have types of services. There are three main categories. The first, over the top here, services delivered directly via the internet bypassing traditional infrastructure. Example, we have Spotify. The next, social media platform here, based on user-generated content and recommendation algorithm. Example, we have TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Cloud gaming services, video gaming stream from remote servers. Example, we have Xbox Cloud Gaming. Technical architecture. Here, to ensure good performance, we can follow content delivery network, that is servers distributed globally to reduce delay, that is latency. Latency means period. Encoding and transcoding, digital right management, as well as it have impact of we have impact of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is transforming this file at multiple levels. The levels are hyper-personalization, that is use of machine learning to analyze user behavior and provide predictive recommendation. We have generative artificial intelligence, that is automate creation. We also have business model, and there are four models: subscription video on demand, advertising video on demand, transactional video on demand, and freemium. Now we move to the third type, cloud services and software as a services. Cloud computing has radically transformed how companies and individuals use internet protocols, resources instead of owning and maintaining physical servers. Services are accessed by the internet. Software as services is one of the three main layers of this model. Alongside, we have the infrastructure and the platforms. The next point we are talking about cloud services hierarchy. That is to differentiate between infrastructure, platform, software. Infrastructure responsibilities, we have application data. Platforms responsibilities, we have application and data only. While infrastructure, we have data runtime. Software, we have responsibility, minimal configuration and users. We equally have the advantages and challenges. Advantages, we have accessibility, usable anywhere with a simple internet connection, automatic update, no need to install update or new version. The provider handles it transparently. The challenges it faces, we have dependency on connectivity. That is, if the internet is down, access to software is out of directly. And also we have data security risks. That is, data is hosted externally, which can raise concerns. Now we move to the fourth type, collaboration and communication services. The domain of collaboration and communication services lies at the heart of digital transformation. It enables seamless interaction, sharing of knowledge, and co-creation within distributed groups or informal networks. We equally have the foundation and types of services. Collaboration services can generally be grouped into three main categories based on their objective. The first types, we have communication. We have the synchronous and asynchronous. Messaging, instant messaging, video conferencing and discussion forums. Content sharing and management, that is cloud storage. Example, we have Google Drive. Document editing in real time. Also, we have project and coordination and management, where the project management tools such as Kanban board. Under technological ecosystem, we have messaging and communication platform, collaboration tools, interoperability and integration. We talk of the technical and quality issues. The implementation of these services relies on several pillars to performance and security, availability and scalability, interoperability, security and confidentiality, and user experience. Under this type, we have communication dynamics. In addition, these servers relies on governance, moderation, engagement, collective intelligence. The next time we can talk about information and educational services. Information and educational services represent all the resources, infrastructure, and digital tools designed to facilitate access to knowledge and improve learning. The first point that we can talk here is learning management system. This is the technical core of digital education. These systems allow the centralization of resources and ensure pedagogical monitoring. Where we have uploading course material, where we can make PDF, video, presentation using content distribution, assessment, that is creation of question banks, automated quiz, and online assessment, and equally interaction, where there are discussion forums, virtual classrooms, and real-time feedback tools. Information system. Document information system ensures the transition between physical libraries and global digital resource, meaning global digital resource, that is access to scientific database and online this. Institutional reposition, achieving and promoting research work and academic papers within the university. Academic search engine. Here, indexing tools that filters information based on scientific relevance. For the information services for educational administration, these services optimize student management and teaching work. And we equally have online academic administration, that is, enrollment, consultation of grades, and management of academic records. Planning tools, that is, management of schedules and reservation of classroom and laboratory rooms. Quality monitoring, system that collect metrics on student success and the effectiveness of programs. Open to educational resource and collaborative tools. Modern education increasingly relies on openness and co-creation. The mock and the spoke way, here online courses open to everyone or restricted to specific groups. Virtual laboratories, that is simulators that allows practical work in networking, physics or chemistry without heavy infrastructure. Co-authoring tools, share environments for developing groups project or source code. And we equally have challenges that for an educational information services to be effective, it must meet three essential criteria: accessibility, security, and interoperability. We equally move to web services, which is also called application programming interface. They are the fundamental mechanism that allows two applications to communicate with each other over a network. Fundamental aspect of web services. Web services is an interface that exposes the functionalities of an application to other applications via standard web protocols. As you can see, we have an example that represents the application programming. The example, you think of a waiter in a restaurant. The client, that is you, places an order. The AI, the PIA, that is the waiter, takes the order to the kitchen. The system, that is the kitchen, prepares the meal. Then the waiter brings back the result to you, that is the client. We equally have different types of architecture. These are several to design this system, each adapt to specific needs. The first one, we have representation state transfer. Second, simple object access protocol, and many others. Component of an application programming interface request. For a successful communication, several elements must be defined. The first element, we have endpoint. Here, the specific uniform resource located where the services is accessible. The second element, HTTP method. Here, the action to perform. The next element, headers. Here, content metadata such as content type or authentication key. We have the next element, which is the body, the data sent to the server. Then the last, we have the static code, the server's response. At the end, we have security and quality. Implementing web services requires attention to two critical aspects: authentication and documentation. Authentication, use of application programming interface keys and many others to verify the identity of the requester. Documentation, a web service is only useful if it is well documented. The open application programming interface standardized is the reference tools to describe endpoint and data format. Thank you for your kind attention.